Hello, I'm Janet. I'm from Taiwan.
Hi, my name is Vibhur Agarwal and I'm from India.
Hi, I'm Shirley. I come from China.
Hello, I'm Hira Nadeem and I am from Pakistan.
Hello, I'm Zach. I'm from China.
Hi, my name is Amreen and I'm from India.
And we are the Dial Consultants.
For the Netherlands.
Hi, so the country that we have been allocated for the Dial project is the Netherlands. The Netherlands is located in the European Union, bordered by Germany, Luxembourg and Belgium. The population for Netherlands is currently about 16.8 million, and it is a mostly highly densely populated area for the Dutch ethnic group, followed by other ethnicities such as the European Union and the Indonesians, etc. We will move on to the next part of the report now.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about the research method which we are going to use in a report to determine the potential size of the market, which is the Netherlands. We have used both forms of research methods available, which is the primary and the secondary. For the secondary research, we have gathered data from the official authoritarian websites about the country trends prevailing in the country. For the competitors analysis, we have compared our product with the competitor's product on the basis of 4 P's, which is product, place, price and promotion. We have also gathered information about the current trend prevailing in the distribution channel which is preferred by the customers. This information would give a macro level analysis on the trends that is prevailing in the market. Now, for the primary research, we will conduct a survey including a sample of the local people living in Netherlands. This would give us a micro-level analysis of the needs and wants of the customers in Netherlands. And by including a scientific test, we can validate our secondary data research with the data which we gather from the survey.
So let's move on to the pestle analysis. For the pestle analysis, we'll first look at the political factors. The political factors can be seen in different depth and all the other factors in the entire report. For the political factors, the one factor which is very important is from 1815, Netherlands was a monarchy, and it has now been governed by an alliance of different political parties, so it's a democracy. Moving on to the second part, which is the economy. For the economy, we can see that it is the 6th largest economy of the Eurozone, and has a 4% higher GDP than the rest of the European countries. Now, the third part is the social factor. So the social factor, we can see that the literacy rate of Netherlands is quite high, which is 99%, and the national language of the Netherlands is the Dutch language. Now, the fourth factor is the technology. For technology, we can see that 397.7%, that is almost 400 broadband subscribers per 1,000 inhabitants, makes Netherlands the 2nd largest broadband subscriber country in the EU. It is the most wired and cyber secure EU country. Now, moving on to the 5th point, which is the environment. We can see that Netherlands is a very environment conscious and pro-environment country, with it being a member of the European Union Raw Material Initiative and also the United Nations Commission for Sustainable Development. Now, the final part is the legal factor. So the legal factor, one of the most important part for our project, is that from 1st January 2015, the EU legislation passed a new law for new entrepreneurs selling their product online, which makes them eligible to be taxed according to the country that they are providing their products to. Now, this was all for the pest analysis. Let's move on to the next part of the report.
Now, we will analyze competitive product. We categorize competitive product into 3 categories. The first one is straightener and dryer holder. For example, this one around 18 pounds. And compared to our products, this product is more flexible but unsafe. And the second one is the straightener or dryer holders. So this one is around 10 pounds. And this one might have a restriction of the straightener size. Our product can hold more range of size. And the third one is multiple hair appliance. So this one can be placed on the table and unwear as well. But this product might be more potential in the salon rather than household use. Then I will talk about segmentation and targeting. We will focus on B2C and B2B market. In terms of B2C, our main target customer will be 15 to 55 years old female. And with regard to B2B market, we found that the number of hotels is growing 27% in the past 5 years. And we also found that the tourist is growing in Netherlands as well. So the hotel industry is growing. So we think this might be a potential opportunity for their products. Then let's move on to conclusion and our future plan. Thank you.
So as a future plan, after considering the data that we have gathered from the primary and the secondary research, we can determine various strategies and segments and the market entry routes for the company to use. So for the segment, we can divide the market according to the size that we determine into B2B and B2C. After this, we can determine the various strategies that the company can use to target both different kind of markets. And we can also define the entry market route which would be more feasible for the company and most accepted by the customers into the market, and then we can develop a business model which would be used by the company as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you for watching the oral presentation of our interim report. We hoped you liked it. See you soon.
See you.